Hello everyone, this is the Shientist, and I'm gonna provide a quick synopsis on this audio podcast series that is now available, and you can check the overview in the Instagram page, but also listen and check out the sort of videos and audio podcasts in the YouTube channel, in one of the YouTube channels. And there, once again, there are two YouTube channels under ZtormLabostix, and basically I thought I'd provide an overview in this quick in this quick sort of in this quick video in this quick video around the Pathology SZtorm, and it's part of the Shientist Chartered Edition, and it's once again, this is under a ZtormLabostix Productions, as part of ZtormLabostix Production, and I'm going to be talking about works that have been put forward for peer review, and the work says in collaboration with the Renal Patient Support Group as an invited sort of contributor to aspects of research in and around sort of aspects of pathology, and so in this audio podcast series there are several audio podcasts that relate to different chapters of the peer reviewed works, and basically I'm just going to highlight what those are about. So in one of the audio podcasts I talk about the discovery of coronaviruses, and then I talk about the biomedical classification around those coronaviruses. I talk a little bit about the renal health and COVID-19 correlation. I talk a little bit about renal cells and COVID-19, and I talk a little bit about biomedical visualization around coronaviruses. I talk a little bit around understanding the Renin Angiotensin-Aldosterone system or pathway, and the role of angioconverting enzyme during COVID-19, and I highlight sort of the RAAS pathway, because basically in context of regulation of arterial blood pressure, for example, or ABP, the kidneys or the renal system have a very important role in relating to that. And so the renin angiotensin-aldosterone system, or the RAAS pathway, has an important premise around that. So I talk a little bit around that as part of an audio podcast. I talk a little bit around immunobiology and the complement system. I talk about organ crosstalk and biomedical communication. So how there's sort of a biomedical communication aligned to how different organs sort of allow and prompt different functions, and also I talk about current treatments and COVID-19, and sort of the reduction of accessibility of SARS-CoV-2 and ACE2 receptors, and then I talk in an audio podcast about antivirals on COVID-19, and then anti-inflammatory agents on COVID-19 and COVID-19 recipients, and then finally in an audio podcast I provide a conclusion and summary around the peer-reviewed works. Once again, the works will be available through the Renal Patient Support Group, or the RPSG, and there is a collaborative effort. And so I am the works, at least in this audio or in this podcast, I thought I'd just provide a quick synopsis, as I mentioned. And these videos, the audio podcasts are and should be available through one of the main YouTube channels. But you can on the Instagram page, on ZtormLabostix Instagram page, you can check out the synopsis with a bit more where there's a bit more sort of information around the different chapters that I've just highlighted as part of the peer review works. So I thought I'd just once again I highlight this in this quick overview around this series, the audio podcast series, the Pathology SZtorm, and hopefully you get to check it out. So this is another ZtormLabostix production. Thank you for taking the time to listen in.